So guys, as we discussed, right, like we have a data type just to store the type of value. So as we all are aware that variables are used to store the value, and the data type generally define what kind of value we are storing in a variable, right? But we have studied a single value variable till now, but if you need to store a lot of values simultaneously, a collection of values, the kind of record or multiple values, right? In that case, you need collections or array, right? So we have collections in Salesforce. We have three type of collections in Salesforce. One is a list, and second one is set. Guys, am I audible correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And the third one is a map, right? So these are the three type of collections we have in Salesforce. We'll discuss each and every collection. So basically, these are the classes we have. So list, set, map, we have these collections as a class. So as we all are aware, everything in Salesforce is a class, right? So in the same way, we have list, set, map classes, or in the same way we are calling them as in collections. So we have a lot of method for each of these class, and will implement all of the method, and will understand like how we can store the value, modify the value, and we can use a different type of method of these collections, right? Let's first discuss about list, right? So list is a basically ordered type of collection. So what do you mean by order type? Can anybody explain what do you mean by order type?
Like the data stored in an index.
Correct, right? So let's say, as we all are aware, the data is stored based on index, right? So let me just show you how it will store. So basically in collection, we have data stored in such a way that it will store in a collection. So let's say if you want to store a value 1, then it will be index 0. So basically every time we start index from 0, 1, 2, and this is 3, right? So these are the collections we have, right? And here you can simply store the value. So basically the first value will be stored as an on index 1, index 0, and the second value will store at index 1, kind of, right? So every time you are storing a value, the index will increase, right? So this is how we generally store the value. You can simply store val 3, val 4, val 5, and the index will increase accordingly. So this is how we generally store the values in a collection. So in same way, right? So here you can see the val 1 is inserted at first, and the second time we have inserted the val 2, val 3. So if you will retrieve the value from this collection, then they will be retrieved in the same way that we have inserted, right? So in index 0 you will get val 1, val 2 it will be in index 1. In the same way you will get the value. So this is called as order type of collections, right?
Yep.
Based on indexes, right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And yeah, yep. So we have a different of methods. So we'll do some examples how we can store a value. So first, as we all are aware, list is a class, so we need to create an object of list. Again, so list is a collection of data, but again you have to define what kind of data you want to store in a list. So list will always has a type, like what kind of data we are storing in that particular list, right? So the syntax to create a list is you can simply type list, right? And these braces, right? In between, you have to define the type of the list, like what kind of data you want to store in this particular list. So these two signs we generally use to just define the type of the list. So let's say if you want to store your names or any kind of string value, so you can simply define string type for the list. And then the same procedure that we use to create an object of the class. So as list is a class, so we need to declare the variable list variable. So I am just naming it as a var name, and you can name it as per your choice. So name is not a restricted issue. So now you can simply declare it like this: list string, type of string. We are just declaring a list of type string, and then we are just naming it as var name, and equals to new. New keyword is just to allocate the new memory for the class. And again, you have the same syntax: list and string, and then your constructor, right? So this is how you can create an object of a list, right? And again, the terminator, the line terminator, we can use, right? So basically we have created a object of type list, right? Any question till now? Anyone has any
Pratik,
confusion? Yep.
what is var name is a list type?
What is
Var name is list type.
var name? Is a variable, right? So it can be lavish, it can be anything, right?
Okay.
It is just a name. You are creating an object of list class, right?
No,
So
like in class, what we do is we define the class name to make it a class type object.
class name is here, right? List is the class name, right?
Okay.
So list is a class. So what they did is they have declared a list class, and in that list class they have declared a lot of methods. By using those methods, you can create a collection, you can remove a value from the collection, you can add a value in the collection. So for everything we have a different method, right?
Okay.
So we to create your own instance of that list class, you have to create an object. Am I right, guys? That we have discussed, right? So
Yeah.
if you want to use a list class, right, you have to create an object of that class. So in the same way, what we did is we have created an object of list class, but again, the kind of data that you want to store in that is that also you have to define. So we have just defined it as a string. So we are just creating a list with object name Lavish, or you can say the var name, any object you name you can use. The name doesn't matter, right? And new keyword just to create an object. So this is how. So let's say if you have a task class. So what is the syntax to create an object of task class? So you will use this, right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
In the same way, we are declaring the object of the list class. Is there any difference in this?
No.
Okay. And now, so now your question is like we have created an object. Now you need to create a collection, right? You need to store the value in this collection. So we have different method in the list class, right? So the first method that is used to insert the value in a collection, just to create a collection, that method is called a list, right? So method is add method is just to use just to create a list class. So how you can use that? You can simply type object name, because now onwards you will use the object name because you have already created, right? Because list class can be represented by this object name. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can use add method. This is the method, add method, right? So we have called the add method here, right? So add method is just to insert the value in a particular list. So you can insert the value. Value should be what type?
String.
Yes, string type. Any question, guys?
No.
No.
Everybody is clear till now? Guys, please let me know
Yes.
Yeah.
if you have any question, right? Any question, guys?
Oh.
No. No.
No.
Okay, cool then. So, guys, we are using add method just to add the method, add the value in the list. So here you have to pass the value as a string type. So you can pass it. So you can pass, let's say, Lavish, right? And the second name you can pass. Again, if you want to add a new value, you have to call the method again.
Yeah.
So you have two options. Either you can call this method into a loop, or you have to call it one by one, right? So we'll discuss all these things, one by one. Okay, guys. So first, just discuss by calling it as one by one. So now if you want to add another value, so you can simply call it like this. If you want to call Any other value? So till 50,000 you can add value till 50,000. The collection size should be maximum 50,000. So now you can add Mayank, and you can add Randeep. So you can add as many value till 50,000, right? The maximum limit is 50,000. So now you can see we have 4 value, right, in this particular collection. So if you want to print the value, what you need to use? You just want to check, like, we have all the values in this list. So what we will use to print this list?
System.debug.
Did we discuss this system.debug?
Yeah.
No.
No, actually.
Okay, so just to print a value, so we'll discuss this in detail in forthcoming lectures. So just to print the value, what we need to use? System.debug. System.debug, it is a method, the debug method is for the system class, so we need to use it, right? So guys, if you want to print something, you can simply pass this into system.debug, right? So let's say this, right? So you can simply execute, and the complete list will be printed in logs, right? So I'm just executing it. So we have these logs, but it is very hard to read these logs, right? So we have an option to just filter it out. So you can see there is a section called debug only. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can simply select this. So as soon as you will select this particular all the logs will be filtered based on the debug statement. So we have only used one debug statement. So it is now showing that. So can you see it? The data is printed based on the same order that we have inserted the data. So you can see here, Lavish is on 0th index, Pratik 1, Mayank 2, and Randeep is on 3. So you can see the complete list is here. We have different methods just to check, just to add list elements. So we have two or three methods just for the same. So we'll discuss a concept called method overloading, right, in forthcoming lecture. So that is the concept of polymorphism, the object oriented programming. We have a concept called polymorphism, right? So we will discuss that in detail, right? So for now we have one add method just to add the value. But if you want to add a value on a specific index, right? So let's say you can see here what is the index of Lavish?
0.
0. What is the index of Pratik? 1. What is the index of Mayank? 2.
2.
Randeep? 3, right?
3.
So in the same way, so let's say I just want to store one value in place of Mayank, right? I just want to store one value called Kalpesh at index number 2, right? So if I want to shift Mayank and just to store a new value on place of Mayank, then what I need to specify, how I will find this, on which space Mayank is stored based on index.
Yeah.
Right, guys? So we have
Yes.
an overloaded method here. We have an overloaded method. What do you mean by overloaded method? So basically, I'm just giving you an overview. What is called method overloading? We'll discuss this in detail, right? So method overloading is you can have multiple method with the same name. Okay, guys, you can have
Yes.
multiple method with the same name but different signature. What is signature here? The parameter we are passing into the method, right? That should be different. So now we are calling a add method here, but now we have a different parameter. Now we need to pass two parameters. The one is index and the second one is the value that you want to store on that particular index. So we need to shift the index number 2, right? And then comma, the next parameter. So let's just store a new value here.
Yeah.
Kalpesh, right? So we have stored a new value here. So on index number 2, but it doesn't mean that the Mayank will be override. No, it will be shift. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
So let's just check it by just printing it again. Okay. So now what should be the output? Can anybody guess what should be the output here?
So it's going to be Lavish, Pratik, and then Kalpesh.
Right? Lavish, Pratik,
Kalpesh,
Kalpesh, what else?
Mayank,
Mayank and Randeep, right?
and Randeep.
Clear, guys? So you can simply run the code that you are highlighting as well. So here we have two buttons, execute and execute highlighted, right? So I have highlighted the code that I want to execute and just clicking on execute highlighted. Okay. Now it is opening a new log. And here you can see we are just pressing the debug only button checkbox again, and we have just hit it. Now you can see the same output we were expecting, right?
Yeah.
See guys, the same output we are getting here.
Yes.
Clear everyone?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one question.
Yeah.
Can we add another entry with the same name in this list?
Yes, it allows duplicate. So you can do that. Good question, Randeep. So we can do that. So let's just do that. Okay. Okay. I'm just adding it. I'm adding Lavish again. Okay. So it will keep both the values. Just printing it again. You can see here now both the Lavish values are here in the list. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay. So basically list is a order type of collection and it allows duplicate value. Right? So you can note down these two concepts, right? List is a ordered type of collection based on indexes, right? And it allows duplicate value. Clear, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just discuss other important, method of the list, right? Is anybody in the class who is not understanding what we are doing right now? Guys, if somebody is not able to understand what we are doing, let me know. I can explain in another way, right? But I won't listen if somebody will tell me after 1 week or 2 weeks that I'm not able to understand the thing. Then it will be difficult for me to proceed, right? So just tell me now. If somebody is not able to understand anything, tell me straight away at the same time we are just doing it. Okay? Cool.
So one thing, if you recall that Lavish, which index is gonna be, so it's gonna tell us that it's gonna be on number 0 and number whichever.
See, so how will you calculate? So we have a different method to just get the indexes as well. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you just want to calculate it manually, then what you will do? 0, 1, again 2, 3, 4, 5. So Lavish will be on index 5.
Okay.
So Lavish will be in the last. So the output will be like this. Right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay?
So the output gonna be gonna be on 0 and 5.
Basically,
So
he's asking if we want to print a particular, like only if we want to print Pratik or Mayank, then how we could do that.
So
Like
if you want to print Pratik and Mayank, then you have to specify the index. So let's say if you want to only print Pratik, so we can pass the index like this. So let's say Pratik is on index number 1. So you can simply do that. Now we are not printing the complete list, we are just printing the index. So index can be passed like this. So you can simply do that. Let's just do it. So now the output will only be Pratik. See guys?
Yeah.
Is that your question, Randeep?
Yes.
So you can simply, so if you want to check like on index number 5, Lavish is there. So just run it and check if Lavish, but you can't be just, so you can see here, it is capital L, it is small l, right? So you can be just differentiated in this way. So let's just discuss it. You can see,
Yeah.
right? Index number 5, right?
Yeah.
But capital L or small l won't, because it is not a case sensitive thing, right?
Exactly.
Cool guys. So just in the same way. So what will happen if I will pass 6, because we don't have any value on 6?
They give you error.
What kind of error?
Undefined.
Again, index out of bounds, right?
Out of.
Because list is a dynamic array, right? So as soon as you will pass any value, it will automatically increase the size. Okay. So we don't have any value on index number 6. That is why it is giving us an error. Okay. Now,
Pratik, I have a question.
Mhm.
Like we don't know how much how much is the last element of the list, at which index is the last element of the list. Then how we can get that?
Which index is the?
No, like we have a list and it
Uh-huh.
have multiple values, right? We
So
don't know
you
the
just want
last
to
index.
print the last
Yeah.
value in the list,
Yeah.
right?
Upper
Yeah.
So you
bound,
can
yeah.
print it. So we have a method called size. So I'm just coming on that, right? So
Okay.
this is the size, right? So what it will give you? It will not give you based on the indexes. It will give you the based on the
Size of the list.
size of the
Size
list,
of the
right?
list.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The value will be 6, right? You can simply check that. So you have to put a custom logic to just print that value. The answer should be 6 here. See? Okay. And let's say if you just want to print the last value, what kind of logic you need to put here?
System.debug.
Can you just guess?
Sorry, what's the question?
Basically size minus 1.
Yes.
Is -1. Huh.
Right? It should work.
1 bracket is
Are we missing something? Yeah.
bracket.
Okay. Method doesn't exist. Incorrect signature. Void var name integer from the. Okay.
Because
It
it
is not like
contains,
that.
so it doesn't take that.
This braces. Okay. Programming is all about logic. Okay, Lavish?
Yes.
Are you getting the value that you want?
Yes.
Yes.
If you want to print second last, you can simply do -2.
Minus 2.
Okay.
Yes.
It's all about logic. Is anyone else have any other question, or we should proceed? Okay. Now we have next method is add all. So now we have a method called add, right? Now we have next method is called add all. There is one more method called add all. What do you think what it can be for?
For adding multiple values to the list.
Kind of, yeah, partially correct. Anyone else?
Basically same type of values, same type of value into one list.
Okay. So basically it is, yeah, that's correct. So if you want to just copy one list to another list, then add all method can be used, right? So basically
Yes.
Yeah.
it generally add the element of another list into any other list. So let's say if I have one more list called list string, right? Where name 2, right, equals to new list of string, right? And if I will do var name 2 dot add all, var name 2 dot add all, what I need to pass here as a parameter? Var name, because we
List.
are copying one list to another list. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So now what we need to print here? Var name 2,
Yes.
just to check like if we have all the values here or not. Just do it. Let's just print it, execute. See here.
Yeah.
So now we don't have any element in var name 2, right? We are just adding all the element those who are exist in var name, and we are just copying all those in var name 2, and we are just printing var name 2, right? And it is printing all the value that those who are exist in var name. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
sir, if like the second list is having the second new list
Yeah,
of
elements.
Yes. Yes.
values.
I'm coming on that. So let's say if we have any element in this, then what it will do? It will add all those element on based on the index. Like if it has only one element, then that a particular element will be on index number 0, and the copy will start from index number 1. Okay, guys. So let's say you have any value here. So that particular value will be added first, and then it will add all the values. So basically list is a order type. So on the same way, like you are adding the value, it will print the value as well. So let's say here, if I have one value, right? Let's say I have value called Sikha, right? So if I will add this value, and again I am also adding another list as well, then the output will be just we will get one more value before Lavish called Shikha. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Just print it. See? Clear?
Yes. Yes.
And again, one more thing. So if you will add this value after add all, then what will happen?
Then you're gonna go at the last.
Then
It
Shikha
will
be
be
at the last.
going in the end.
Right? Because
Yeah.
it is an order type of collection, right? So you just need to remember two things at the time of working on list, right? It is a order type of collection and it allows duplicate value, right? Just execute and you will see the value is added in the last.
Okay.
Let's just do it. See?
Okay.
Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Prateek,
So-
I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Like if we have 3 to 4 elements in the second list, and if we add the first list at a particular index, say 2, then
First
the
list,
third and fourth.
so we don't have any overloaded method of add all in which we can pass the index.
Okay.
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 So here for add, we have a overloaded method in which we can pass the index as a parameter, but you can't
Okay.
specify the index at a time of add all.
Add on. Okay.
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 Anyone else have any question? Guys, please ask question, right? So it will clear your doubt, right? Whatever question you are getting in your mind, right? Just shoot, right?
The add-all is going to truncate the var name to string initially.
Add all is going to truncate the name.
When you invoke dot add-all on var name 2 for the first time, if there are any values in there, it will replace it with the var name.
No.
Okay, it will just append at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Like we did with Sikha, right? So when we were
Yeah.
adding the value at first, right? So it was just starting the adding the value after the index of Shikha, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Guys, we have one more add all method, one more overloaded method of add all is for set. So we have another collection called a set, right? So you can also add a set into a list in the same way that we did for one list to another. So we can also do that one set to one list. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So we can just check that when we will study or we'll do practical for set. Okay.
Can't be like if since we have replaced that index position of second with the Kalpesh, so is it like
We didn't replace it, right?
no.
We have shifted it.
Yeah, I've shift. Yeah, I mean to say, like, can we replace that?
Yes. We have another method for that.
Okay.
That will come. Okay. Anyone else have any other? Guys, make this conversation more interactive, right? That will help you to
Yes.
learn more things in this class.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we have one more method, add all, as I said. So you can, instead of list, you can also add a set into a list, right? We'll discuss that in coming lectures. Okay. Now our next method is clear, right? So we have a method called clear. So let's say if I will use var name 2 dot clear, what will happen? What do you think? What will happen?
It erased the
Clear
var.
the list
All.
content.
Correct? It will It will erase all the value those were in var name 2, right? So just check it. Just check one more thing. So what do you think, what will be the size of that list now? We are not
Zero.
getting any values, right?
None.
So what will be the size here? So if I will print the size, right? As we all are aware,
Same.
that size will be,
Yes, same.
yeah. So
It
what
would be
should,
same, I think.
guys, I just want to show it, just because that if we are erasing the value, as I said earlier as well, that list is a dynamic allocation of memory, dynamic
Okay.
allocation of size, right? So if you are adding the value, it will increase. If you are removing the value, it will decrease.
Decrease.
Okay, guys?
Yes.
Cool. So now you can see here, we have cleared the value, right? So we,
Yeah.
as clear, we have the same method called clone.
Okay.
If you just want to create a duplicate copy of the list, right? So you can simply clone the list, right? So let's say, just do it like this. I'm just removing it. Let me know what will happen. For now, I'm just doing this clone. Give me 1 minute. You have to use it like this. See? Clear, guys? So it is cloning the
Yes.
value. But now my question is, just guess, guys. So if, let's say if I have any other value here, let's say I have this. Okay. And now I'm cloning this. So what will happen? What do you think? What it should print?
It will
So it
print the
will
cloning elements.
add
Sorry?
the value as well.
Cloning
See,
elements.
right? So
Yeah.
now I think you got the difference between add all and clone,
बराबर.
because some of you were getting a doubt, like, then if we are just cloning it into one list to another, then what is the difference between add all and clone? Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now you got the difference, right? Okay. And what will happen if I will do this in last?
Then it will print only Shikha. No,
Only
sorry.
Shikha.
No.
Yes. To all आया. Plus
और-
सीखा. हाँ. Plus.
Plus Shikha, yes.
Plus
Shikha.
Shikha.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Logic is clear, right?
Yeah.
और प्रतीक वो
Seconded, yeah.
स्पेसिफिक डिलीट करना है तो
वो भी आएगा, मेथड आएगा वो.
ओके ओके
Okay?
ओके
Clear, guys?
यस
Any question till now?
No.
Okay.
You need to try it in this way, like I am doing, okay?
Pratik, like we can only clone the list, not a particular element.
Yeah, you can only clone the list. So if you want to add a particular element, then you can add it in the same way, right? So let's
Okay,
say you can simply pass var name dot
Yeah,
index, and
yeah,
that will be
yeah.
assigned, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So next method is
Sir,
contains. Yeah. Somebody was asking
sir,
something?
yes, sir, Sonali. Sir, I
Yeah,
don't
Sonali.
understand this clone method. Actually, when Shikha was written upwards, it wasn't displayed.
Okay, cool. Let me explain again. So
Yeah.
see. So what do you think? What is the meaning of clone?
To
कार्बन कॉपी
duplicate.
Duplicate, carbon copy, right?
कार्बन
So,
कॉपी
right? So let's say if you will write Sikha just above the clone method, right? Okay. Now Sikha was there in index number 0 of var name 2. Am I right or wrong, Sonali?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But when I was calling this clone method, I was just assigning the copy of var name to var name 2, right? In at that time, Sikha was replaced by just clone method, because we were just creating a exact copy of var name 2 and var name 1. Sorry, var name and var name 2. So Sikha was replaced because we were just cloning varname into varname2. At the time of clone, we were just this method was just creating a copy of the same. So it doesn't matter if you have many elements in varname2 already, those will be replaced by the copy of the varname. Is it clear now,
Yes.
Sonali? It is very simple, right? So let's say if you have two mobiles, right? So if somebody will ask you, like, just make a copy of this mobile, exact the copy of you have in the second mobile. So let's say you have both the mobile are on the same company, and you have a different cover of mobile 1 and you have different cover of mobile 2. So if you just want to make it exact same as you have mobile 2, then you have to replace the cover. Am I right or wrong?
Okay,
Yes.
shall we consider clone as clear and copy?
Kind of, yes. Yes, Kalpesh.
Okay.
It is the way of understanding the thing. Yeah, you can say that. Okay. So like if you want to make a copy, exact copy of mobile 1 into mobile 2, then you have to just get the same cover for mobile 1 as well. Then only it will become the same copy, right?
Yes.
So in the same way, if you have Sikha is already on in varname 2, then if you want to make a copy of varname 1 into varname 2, then you have to replace Sikha. The same thing this particular method is doing. The same thing this particular clone method is doing. So doesn't matter if you have thousands of elements already added in varname 2, those all will be replaced by clone method. You will only get, after the clone method call, you will only get the exact copy of varname into varname 2. But we were just calling this after the clone. So the clone method execution is completed, right? So now till this method we have exact copy, but after this we are just calling it. So after cloning varname into varname 2, we are just adding this value. Okay, that is why it is printed. Sonali, clear hua? I can explain it again if you have still doubt.
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay, cool. Now we have another method that is called contains. We have a method called contain, right? And the parameter is list element. Parameter is list element. So what do you guys think, right?
It will return value true or false
Yeah, that's true.
depending
So it
according
will,
which element is
yeah.
presented.
So basically, as the name represent, it will check whether a particular element is exist in the list or not. Again, the answer will be in true or false. Right, guys? Everyone?
Yep.
Yes.
Pretty much simple, right?
Yes.
Contains it. Let's say sometimes you need to check like if this value is exist in the list or not, right? So in that case, you just need contains, right? Just do that. Just check. I'm just calling this method directly in the system.debug, right? You can also do that, okay? Or you can simply declare a Boolean variable to just store the output, okay? I'm just declaring a Boolean variable equals to, and let's say just need to check. I'm just removing it. Just need to check the elements we have in varname2, okay? 2 dot contains, right? The element that you need to check. Tell me which element you want to check. Let's say Randeep, right? Okay, okay, guys. What should be the output? Tell me, guys, what should be the output?
True.
True. True.
True, because this particular element is exist. We are copying varname into varname2. In the same way, Randeep should be in varname2 as well. Right, guys?
Yes.
Just try
So
it.
if we do not know about the particular element is there, and can we use the index value of that, like?
That can also be used, right? That will come, right?
Okay.
So you can simply get the value based on the index as well. So that is the method. So you can see here the value is true.
True.
Why it is true? Because we have this element already, right?
Yes.
Let's say if I am checking Randeep Singh, then what should be the value?
False.
False.
Just check it again. Right? Just check it. See? Clear, guys?
Yes.
So basically, contains is just giving us if the value is already exist in the list or not. Clear? Okay.
Is this case sensitive function?
Sorry?
Is this function is case sensitive?
No, Apex is not case sensitive.
The value is only compare with
Yeah,
case.
yeah. Okay. Now, if you want to just compare two lists, right? So there is a method called equals. So we have, if you just want to compare two lists, so there is a method called equals. I'm just removing it. We have a method called equals, right? Equals list two, जो भी आपको pass करनी है. Let's say if you just want to compare one list to another list, if those are same or not, like this. Let's say if I just want to compare var name, right? Var name dot equals var name 2, just to check if both have the same element, right? Okay. Let's just check it. So we need to store it in a boolean because it will again give a true or false value, right?
Yes, sir.
Is equal can be printed here. Okay, just execute. Is equal. What happened? Oh, sorry.
haven't put the
Sir, semicolon at the end.
and the end.
Oh, okay. Thanks. True, but what if I will add something in between, right? Say if I'm adding some value here, dot add, if I'm adding, sorry, something in between, then it won't be equal. Okay. See. Okay, guys.
False. Yes.
Okay. Both the lists should have the same elements. Okay. Now the next one is, you guys, some of you were asking about the index, like if we don't know the element, then how we will print the value. Okay. So for that thing, what we have is we have a method called get index. Get or index. You can simply pass the index and it will print the value. Okay, guys. So let's just do this. Tell me which value you want to print. Let's just check what is in index number 0 of var name 2. Okay. What will it print?
Lavish.
Lavish? Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, Lavish.
See, same way you can print any value. Just do, let's just print all the values, right? So that you can get the indexes. Let's just add multiple system.debug. Index number 1, index number 2. How many indexes we have here?
5.
6.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On index number 6 it will be, because we are printing var name 2, so we'll get the value on index number 6 as well. That will be test. Okay, so let's just print it. Debug only, See?
Yeah.
Okay, guys?
Yes.
Cool. Let's just open it again. Okay. So now what next? We have another method, index of a list element. Okay. So now currently what we are printing here, we are just getting the value based on index. But if you don't know the index of a particular value, then how will you get that? Okay.
Yep.
So we have a method called index of a list element. So we have a method index of a list element. So let's say you just want to check the index of Randeep or Mayank, right? Then what will you do? You can simply type this. So what it should print?
2.
2, right? Just check
Yes.
it. Debug only. 3. Why it is so? I don't know. Let's just check it.
Because test going to be 0.
No, there's something wrong here.
First Lovish.
Okay, yes. It always
Sir,
returns -1. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So it always return the index in -1 state. Okay, guys. Always
One.
remember, index of will always return -1 of the particular index.
वन से स्टार्ट होता है डिस्प्ले के लिए.
Yes. Okay. Clear, guys? Return the index of the first occurrence of the specified element in this list. If the list does not contain the element, returns -1. Okay.
Pratik, I have a question.
Yeah.
Pratik, what's the difference between getting the value through get and list? I mean, I'm using one method like varname.get and another method varname square brackets and index number.
What you are asking? What is the difference between get and index, right? Let me just.
Yeah, like I'm using varname.get and directly varname curly braces, square braces and index number.
No difference. It is same.
Both are fetching. Yeah.
Yep.
Both are fetching me the same thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. So there is no particular reason to use anyone anytime, right?
That particular is not the method. Like if you will pass varname to, this is not the method. So what it will do is it will traverse the complete list, right? It will traverse the complete and will go with index number 5 and will print the value. But the get method will directly go with the index, that particular index, and will. So as a developer, you need to think of about the memory as well, right?
Yes.
But here, like as a user, there is no difference. Both will return the same value.
Okay, so it's preferable to use get because it only hits the element.
Yeah, always use get because now you are hard coding this. But if you will use get, you won't hard code a value like 1, 2, or 3. It is always used in a particular kind of loop, and the loop variable will be used in that way. Okay.
Yes.
In get. So right now we are just printing the value by just hard coding the value. But these are not used in this way. We'll do lot of examples in which we will pass the value in a dynamic way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what is our next method? That is empty. Is empty. So what should be the answer?
False is empty.
False.
Yes. Is empty. Returns the basically if the list has 0 element or not. Right?
True or false.
Yes. Right. So what do you think when it should be used?
When we clear it?
To check if the list is empty or not, like when we are using a condition.
Absolutely, right? So let's say if you have a list, right? see, we are getting the false as an return. So let's say if you are using a list and that particular list has a zero element in that, then we will get a error called null pointer exception. But you need to check before use it, because if you will directly use it, you will get an error, because you will use any particular index and that particular index will have a zero value, the null value, right? Clear, guys? So before using any list, you have to check if it is empty or not. Okay.
Yes.
Now the next method is remove. Next method is remove. Right? So what is remove? And here you need to pass index. Pretty much clear with the name, right?
Yes. Yes. Sir.
So if you want to remove any element from the list, right, then what will you use? Remove. And you just need to pass the index, and that particular element will be removed and other element will be shift one, right? So let's just do this. We need to remove, let's remove index number 0 or index number 1. Just let's remove index number 1. Clear?
Yes.
Let's just print this. So what should be the output? Lavish, Mayank, Randeep, Lavish, Kalpesh and test, right? Pratik should not be there in the output, right? Let's just execute. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Anyone have any question till now?
But if you want to remove like say 2 or 3 elements together, then
We don't have overloaded method. So if you want to remove multiple, you just need to call it into a loop.
Okay.
You know how to call it?
JavaScript. Yeah. No, in loop, for loop basically.
Yeah, of course. You can simply call it like this. We'll study for loop in coming lectures, so I'm not using it right now, but you can remove, right? Like this, and you can simply pass the value of I, right?
Yes.
Cool, guys. Next method is set. Next method we have is set, and here we have to pass index comma list element. Any guess, guys?
Will replace the given element with the given value.
Absolutely correct. So guys, we have used one more method earlier that is add. Right? It was the overloaded method of previous add, and we were passing the same parameters. And what it was doing, it was adding a particular value in a particular index, and the value that was already on that particular index was shifted to 1. Right, guys?
Yeah.
We were using this method, right? This was the same method we have used. Right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So the use case of this method was like we were adding Kalpesh on index number 2, right? And initially we were having Mayank on index number 2. Is that correct, guys?
Yes.
Right? But instead of add, if you will use set, so let's just say I'm not using add here. I'm using set. Okay? So guys, instead of just moving it to 1, right? So we were replacing Mayank. Mayank was shifted to on the place of Randeep. Randeep was to Lavish. Lavish was to Kalpesh, and Kalpesh shifted by 1. Sorry, Lavish still Lavish, right? And Kalpesh was inserted in place of Mayank. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
But Mayank was still there in the list.
Yes.
You're gonna shift from their place to one next one.
Inside.
Right. So add method, what we were doing here, simply, right? So let's say if I will call this for a better explanation, let's just use it here. So what it did, right? So now Kalpesh is on index number 2.
2.
Earlier Mayank was on index number 2. but now Mayank is shifted to index number 3 because we have specifically inserted a value on a particular index. Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you will use sat in place of add, right, then Mayank will be completely replaced. It will not shift. It will be replaced by Kalpesh.
Okay.
Clear, guys? Clear,
Yes.
everyone?
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
just check
yes.
it. So we have both the output. The first output was Lavish, Pratik, Kalpesh, Mayank, right? And now see this output. Lavish, Pratik, Kalpesh, Randeep. Mayank is missing here because it was replaced by Kalpesh. So in add, the index will be shifted, but in sat, the index will not be shifted, value will be replaced. Clear, guys?
Yes. Clear.
Yeah.
Everyone is clear now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And the next method is size that we have already checked, right? The size, just to get the size of the list. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Now, we have another method called sort. So
Sort.
basically, sort is like by default it is in descending order. So if you want to, sort it into ascending order, you can use it. List dot sort, and it will be sorted by in ascending order. Clear, hai, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now just moved on set. So these are the method we have. These are the important methods. So we have some more method, but those were for initial 5 to 6 years. Those were not needed for you guys, right? So those can confuse you. So I'm not using them. Okay. So these are the important method of list we have discussed. Now what is next? We
Pratik,
have
sort
set.
basically is used for ascending orders, right?
Yes, sort is for ascending order, right?
Like say if we haven't used the sort method and we have got the list already in ascending order, so is there any way to and we want it in descending order, then is there any method
By
for that?
default, it is ascending order. By default, it is descending order only. So you can't get it ascending order by default.
Okay, so like there is no method like for descending, right?
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So like we have in SQL. So if somebody of you have studied SQL, then we can only use DSC, right? Order by.
Yeah, order by ascending, descending.
Yeah.
Yeah. CAC.
Same way, yeah. The base logic is same, right? Nothing is changed. Okay. Okay, guys. So now we are moving ahead with set. So what did you find in list? List is a ordered type of
And
collection.
allows duplicate values.
Right. Type of collection. It allows duplicate. Right. Now, if I will say that set is a vice versa of a list, then what
Unordered.
will you say?
Unordered type of collection and use
And it
not
doesn't
use
allow
duplicate
duplicates.
values. Not allows duplicates.
Did you understand, guys?
Yeah.
What is set?
Unordered and now the
Not duplicate.
Simply note it down. So what is list? So if somebody will ask you what is the difference between list and set, then how will you define it?
difference of order and duplicates.
Then can anybody explain then what will be the use case? If both are same, we have only these two differences, right? In list and set. Then can anybody explain a single use case, like when you will use list and when you will use set? Anyone?
In
Sir,
case
Well,
of
if we
IDs,
want to insert
if unique values, yeah, IDs, so they should not be matched.
Yeah, kind of ID, but the answer should be like if you just want to store unique values. So let's say you are getting some data from a database, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get some data from the database, then you will use a SQL or SQL query. If you are not aware about what is SQL or what is SOQL, we'll study it in detail. I'm just giving an example, right? So basically, it is used to just get the data from the database where it is stored, right? So now, if you have to save it somewhere in a list or set, because the data should be saved in a variable,
Yes.
then only you can use it. So in that way, if you are getting some duplicate data and you don't want to use that data, you will store into set, or if you want duplicate data, then you will store in list. So it is a small example. The same way you can also use list or set for further example. The ID example was great. So most of the time you generally use a set for the storage of ID, because ID is a unique element in Salesforce. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so as we said, right, it is a unordered type of collection and it allows duplicate value. And in the same way, it has lot of method like we have in set, sorry, in list. Okay,
List.
so let's just
Mhm.
check. So it is almost same. The syntax is same. So in place of list, you will
List.
just put set. Okay, guys. So in place of list, you will simply put set. Okay.
Yeah.
And here I'm just replacing these two. Tell me the output. Who will tell?
Lavish, Pratik, Mayank, Randeep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It dropped
Because
the
it not allow duplicate.
I think it will give an
Will give
error
an error.
for
Okay,
duplicate
cool.
value.
Okay.
No, but it will not it will not consider Lavish again, but it will print
Yes,
rest
sir.
of the IDs.
Okay.
Like
Yes,
So
sir.
guys,
sorry.
those who have studied Salesforce earlier, those are also correct. But who are saying that it will throw an error, those are logically correct. Okay. So guys, for those who all are saying that it will throw an error, it won't, right? So in Salesforce, it will not throw an error, right? I will tell you why, right? Because if you are getting data from database,
Yeah.
then it can be duplicate. So if every time you will get an error, you won't be able to store the data. Clear, guys?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
right now you are aware what you are storing in it. But if you are getting the data from database, then you can't just simply check like if it is showing duplicate or not. So if every time you will get an error, you can't be able to code the code, right?
Yes, sir.
Clear? So it won't throw any error, but it won't consider Lavis as well. Clear, guys? So it,
Yes, sir.
it won't allow, it won't give you any warning or any kind of error. But if you will insert duplicate value, any of one value will be replaced. So you don't know which one will be removed, but any of a single duplicate value will be removed. Okay, guys?
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
why it is unordered. So if you will think again what is unordered, that is why. Because if it will replace Lavis from index number 0, so you don't know, like you have inserted Lavis at index number 0, but now you are getting Pratik as at index number 0. That is why it is called unordered.
So
Okay.
that why like set is used for ID, because here we are using strings. So it will be like we don't know about like Lavish the first one or the fifth
So
or
you can't say like it is used for ID or anything. So if I will say yes, then it will be a diplomatic answer. So for you guys, for your consideration, I would say just think that if you want to store anything unique,
yeah.
it can be any ID, it can be string, it can be integer, it can be
Okay.
anything, right? Any data type.
Okay.
Okay. But again, it will only store unique values.
Okay.
Yeah, you are right. Most of the cases we generally store ID in set. But in the same way, I would say like you should consider it as a unique set of collection.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's just print it. We'll see what will be the output. Here debug, you can see Lavis is not coming again. Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So Lavis is removed and this one is removed. Okay. And we have same method to add the value like we have in list. The add method is used to add the value in set as well. Okay, guys? Clear till now?
Yes.
Same, like we have another method called add all. Okay? Same as list. Do you want me to explain it again, or we can skip it?
We can skip it.
So skip it.
Okay. Just try it at your end. If you think that you need it, then we can discuss it tomorrow. Okay?
Pratik, I have a question. Actually, it's from the list. I forgot to ask. I just found it right now.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we have two names, Lavish, right? If we use index of Lavish, what it will give?
The first index that will come.
First index always.
Okay. The first value it will pick that, it will return the index of that. Okay.
Okay.
Now add all, and add all has overloaded method. One is for list, one is for set. So you can add a set into a set, or a list into a set, like we were asking for that thing for the list as well. So in list you can add a list, and you can also add a set.
Set.
Okay, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have another method called clear. Again, any question?
No, sir.
Again, we have method called clone. Any question?
No.
No.
Again, we have method called contains. Any question? Anyone?
No.
No, sir.
It's fine.
Okay. Now, Randy, what you are saying?
It's all right.
Okay, cool. Now we have a new method here in set, that is contains all.
Okay.
So what do you think? Why it is here? What should be the use case here? So guys, in contains, what we were checking? We were checking a single element.
Single element.
So if you want to check a list of element, if those were there, those are there or not, right? So let's say, let's just check. I have a list. Just listen me carefully, guys. Let's say I have a list called string. I'm just naming it as var list. And it has two values. Let's say Pratik and Mayank. Okay, clear, guys? Now I just want to check contains all. So what it will return, true or false?
False.
Contains all, and need to pass var list here.
ऊपर भी change करना. Var list.
Just give me a minute. Let me just comment it out. Where? Clear, guys? यहाँ तक समझ आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
So we have declared a list. In this list, we have two values, Pratik and Mayank. And then we have another set called var name, and it has multiple values. So we just need to check if the element of var list is already, with all the element of var list is in the var name set or not.
Yeah.
Clear, guys? We just need to check if all the element of var list is there in the set of var name or not. The answer should be true.
True.
True, sir.
Okay.
तो var list ऊपर ऐड नहीं किया ना.
Where?
फर्स्ट जो कॉपी किया ना, वो जो टू.
Var list.
हाँ, वो जो प्रतीक और मयंक, उसके आगे वो var list नहीं.
तो
Varname
dot add
की
आएगा,
जगह वो
varname dot
varlist dot
the
Sorry,
varname
sorry, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
हाँ,
That is why it
dot
is going
add.
as null pointer.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what it should return? True.
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 See, and let's just change the value once more. Let's just add one value that is not in the set. Mayank 2. Okay. Now, what should it return? False. Any question, guys? Any question, guys?
no.
No, sir.
Clear hai? Cool. Now we have another method here is equal. दो सेट्स को कंपेयर करने के लिए. Okay. Same as list. Any question? Any question, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. Now we have remove. Any question? Okay. Now we have two more methods. Like we have one more method called remove all. List or remove all set.
पर जो contains all वाला method है तो उसमें मतलब list बनाना ही जरूरी है, मतलब चेक करने के लिए दो set
Yes.
नहीं यूज कर सकते.
In as a parameter, it is showing as a list only as per the documentation, but I haven't used it. Just try it at your end and let me know as well.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
But good question. Okay. Now remove all, right? So remove all has two methods: remove all from list, remove all from set. So guys, what is the use of remove? If you want to remove a particular element from a set or a list, okay, right, guys? Say, guys, just make
Yes,
it more
sir.
interesting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So anyone has any confusion with remove?
No.
Okay. And what do you think? Then what is the use case of remove all?
Sir, remove all will remove all the elements from the list.
Correct. So it is simple, right? So if you want to remove multiple values, right? So if you want to remove multiple values at once from a particular set, then you will use remove all. Right? So let's say if you want to remove two values, Pratik and Mayank, from var name, right? Let's just do it. Var name 2 dot remove all. And what we will pass here? Var list. So you don't have to specify each and every value in a loop or simply one by one. Okay. So what will be the output here? Anyone?
Lavish, Pratik, Mayank, Randeep.
Lavish, Pratik, Mayank, Randeep.
Yes, sir.
Who is saying? Just think what we are doing here.
Pratik and Mayank
Pratik and Mayank will not
के
be.
अलावा बाकी
Yes. So
Absolutely,
Lavish
yaar.
and Randeep.
Remove
Lavish and
my name and
the Lavish and Randeep will be there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the value will be Mayank and Pratik will be removed. Lavish and Randeep, right?
Yeah.
Should be the output. Just check it. See?
Lavish and
Clear, guys?
yes.
Everyone is clear?
Yes.
sir.
Okay, cool. And the same way, right now we are passing as a list. You can pass the set as well. Okay, guys. Now, what is next? We have remove all. We have another method called retain all. So in place of remove, we have called method retain all. Tell me, guys, what do you think? What is the use case of retain all?
It
It
will
is
return bare list elements from var name.
absolutely. It will be that. It will the opposite, exact opposite of remove all. So what we were doing in remove all, we were removing Pratik and Mayank and keeping any other value, right, guys? But in
Yes.
retain all, we will only keep Pratik and Mayank from the set and remove each and everything else. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just try to print it. The output will be Pratik and Mayank.
Yeah.
Any question?
No.
Each and everyone is clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Cool. Then what is next? You can also use retain all with set. So one overloaded method is there. Okay, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we have size. So you know what is the use case of size? Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
There is one more method we have.
Sir, like irrespective of the duplicate, will it conclude all of the size of that array, like in set?
Just repeat your question.
So like Lavish has been duplicated in the set if we are containing that, but the size would
No, the size will only be that those values are exist in that.
okay,
So
okay,
it will be excluded in the size as well.
okay.
So guys, toString is basically, I was not using in list, but I just want to tell you, just give you a hint about it. So it will give you a string representation of list or set. So if it is an integer, then these, let's say if we have 1 or 2 in place of all these value, let's say if it is an integer type, then it will give 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 in a string representation. Okay, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Or these are list and set, right? So now we have pending called map. We'll discuss map, tomorrow. I'm having pain right now in my mouth.
Okay.
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 So